if it's okay with you, I'd like us just to go over your original journey, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, we started with you attending here, didn't we?
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
So I came for the job club because I was curious really to see what kind of support you guys had.
On your first coming in, what did you think?
I didn't really know what to think. Part of me was like really excited to try and sort my CV out and see what kind of jobs were out there. But before I came, part of me almost thought it was pointless because I didn't think that there was going to be a place for me or that I would be able to find a job because of my disabilities.
Okay, so would you like to explain a bit more about your disability?
Yeah, so I'm visually impaired from corneal scarring that happened when I was 15. And I also have fibromyalgia, which affects my nervous system and my pain levels.
So sometimes you can be contact for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes it a real struggle. So you obviously braved it and came through the door, which is always a bonus. And I think people don't actually give themselves enough credit for that, because sometimes it can take 3 or 4 attempts just to come through the door.
Yeah.
But you did, and we were very happy because you were one of our first people.
Well, it made it easier because when I met you and Mark, it was like you guys were so welcoming and I felt so comfortable.
Oh, that's a bonus.
So it was like I didn't have to put on airs and graces. I could be honest about how I felt, about the difficulties I had, and it was a lot easier to talk to you guys than it had been to talk to any other advisors about employment. For me, the thing that helped the most was just having somebody to talk to and to talk about my concerns. And it wasn't like you went, oh no, don't be silly, you'll be fine. You kind of acknowledged what I was feeling and you went through it with me and you came up with solutions that might make me feel better, or like coping strategies, or we talked it out until it felt like a bit more comfortable, or you just reassured me that no, you've got it right. And it was that reassurance that for me was the most beneficial.
This is what we're talking about, your journey.
Yeah, and like, you know, having support with the CV and having support finding the jobs, that was great. But it was the support behind me while I was applying for them or doing the interviews or prepping for them. That was the thing that I think I needed the most.
Okay.
You were there. You made sure that I knew you were available by email or some form of contact if I was struggling. And to be honest, I never felt like I needed to, because I felt like what I got out of the sessions kept me going until I saw you the following week.
That's good.
Yeah, I honestly think that there isn't much more you could have offered.
Brilliant. No, that's good. You did a few interviews, which were good for you, for your confidence, which was good. It helped build that up and to show that you were capable of doing the interviews, let alone doing the job. And then, by stroke of luck, your dream job came available.
Yeah.
So that's good. And you went for the interview.
Yeah.
And now you're employed here.
Yeah, I am. Exactly where I kind of wanted to be at the start. And, you know, I don't think I would have had the faith in myself or the courage to go for the job if I hadn't had you and Mark. 6 months in and I'm doing it.
And now referring back into us,
yeah,
which is really good. So I think that's a good way to actually do some good partnership work. So we do partnership work with everyone in the group, but because you've experienced it yourself, you can give a first-hand account to people, and say, actually, it's not like you think. It's not like it's a job centre.
In my job, being the sensory impairment advisor, we have a whole bunch of concerns that could be anything from vision to difficulties they're having accessing things or technology. The big thing is, like, with the employment side of things, is there hasn't been anyone who could give support through disability that didn't have a level of pressure or expectation behind it. Like you said, because people have this experience of being in the job centre and they're scared that if they reach out for help or try and get employment that they'll lose their benefits before they can even find a job. So it's been really good that, you know, I've been able to sit and explain to them, like, this is a no pressure environment. It will go at your pace. If you only want support to get your CV done, that's okay. If you want help finding jobs, that's okay. And just being able to explain to them, like, I quite often say, like, I can, you know, I've been through this myself. I've had their support, and it's a really friendly, welcoming environment with no pressure, and they seem to perk up then, because they realise that it's not an assessment, it's a helping hand instead.
Yeah. I'll try not to do the paperwork straight away either. I always like to, as you know, people come in, we talk, I get to know people, I take some notes for myself mentally, and then I write them in afterwards, because I think sometimes paperwork can frighten people.
Yeah, and I have noticed that if once you've had somebody visit once, they all seem to come back. It might not be every week,
no,
but it might be every other week, but they're always coming back. It's not like they pop in once and then that's it, which is really nice, because I think sometimes people go, oh yeah, I'll go along, and then change their mind. But everybody that I'm aware of that I've sent your way, I see them coming in, or I hear them coming in, and it's really nice to see that you got those repeat faces coming back for
definitely
help. The job club came at the right time for me, because I'd already started branching out. I had a volunteer position within another sight loss agency, as well as having a volunteer position at Sight Concern. I don't think the transition would have been as easy, and I maybe wouldn't have had the strength to actually apply for the job, so I might have stayed within the volunteer sector rather than actually going into paid employment. But I know that if I hadn't had your support, it definitely wouldn't have been as easy a journey, and there was a chance that I might not have had the strength to actually apply for the job.
I'm glad we were here.
So am I.